Hello everybody and welcome to Rigs of Rod's semi-realistic point series. My name is Preston Vieira and I'll be your host as we hop back over to the Golden Days Tour. Tonight, we're in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field with our 8 ROR SRPS All-Stars getting ready to face off against our top 8 trucks from Atlanta Motor Speedway last weekend, and it's all fueled by Dubby Energy. Don't forget, ROR SRPS is a sign-up series and you don't even need Rigs of Rods to get in on the action. Always check the comments under the week's freestyle video to see what trucks are available for signups after the show. Leave your name and Instagram if you have one to lock in your truck for the season. It is one truck per person though, so choose wisely. And one last thing before we get started, ROR SRPS trading cards feature every truck and driver this season in randomized packs of 7. You can check them out and get your hands on them only at rorsrps.com. And when you get 4 packs or more, you get 25% off your order. Whether you're searching for your favorites, looking for limited editions, finding your own, or collecting them all, we got them only at rorsrps.com. Getting into the action, let's get our first look at tonight's racing bracket. Kicking off the racing competition, it's Matthew Hood in Bulldozer taking on Mike Pagliarulo in Excaliber. Then it's Camden Murphy in Classroom Crusher taking on Colt Stephens in ThunderROARus. Then we got Armando, Castro, and Toro, Loco taking on Scarlet, Bandit, Creten behind the wheel there. Then it's Dawson Rayas in Shake Me facing off against Zane, Rettew in Master of Disaster. Trevor Goldberg in Max D is going to face off against Amsoil Shock Therapy, Stephen Hill. Then we got Josh Tonkin in Son of a Digger facing off against Medusa in Medusa. Shane Lake in Gravedigger will take on Lupe Souza in Advanced Auto Parts Grinder. And last but not least, it is Devin Barber in Avenger facing off against a new sign-up, Legendary Jer in the Liberator. No more Trevor Phillips. He is upset about that one. He blew something up earlier this week when we gave him the news. But moving on, here are your first competitors of the night. Matthew Hood in Bulldozer. On your right, taking on Mike Pagliarulo in Excaliber. Excaliber not too bad last show at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He did make it past round 1. However, got knocked out in round 2. Matthew Hood in Bulldozer, always a threat in any show, in any competition, but last show specifically, once again, a Dubby Racing champion. He wants to follow that up once again tonight here on the Golden Days Tour. But he has our All-Stars that he's going to be facing off against. Not that that means too much. His first and only Dubby Double Down of the season was his last show here on the Golden Days Tour. So we'll see what happens for him tonight. Mike Pagliarulo is going to be the first one staged and ready to go as we wait for Matthew Hood in Bulldozer. Old truck staged. We're going green for your first race of the night. Over the ramp for the first time and into our first turn of the racing competition. Matthew Hood looking great. Mike Pagliarulo not too bad, but a little bit slow. We'll see if he picks up the pace around this final turn. It looks like he does. Matthew Hood out a little wide, but it is Matthew Hood in Bulldozer. Moving on to round 2 once again as he kicks off the racing competition once again. Locking down another round 2 spot here tonight, this time in Detroit, Michigan. Ford Field loving the show so far. Fans on their feet after that race for sure. Coming out next, Colt Stephens, ThunderROARus. He's going to be on your left for this one. He's going to be facing off against Camden Murphy in Classroom Crusher. Classroom Crusher, a one-time racing runner-up here on the ROR SRPS channel. Looks like he is running into some lag just a little bit. May cause some problems out on the track. We never know for sure. Some drivers do get hit with some lag related issues. Some just have that glitchy screen. So we'll see what happens as Camden is the first one to be staged here. Colt Stephens, ThunderROARus looking for his first racing championship of the season. We're going green. Into our first turn here, looking great for both of these drivers, neck and neck. Colt Stephens, a little bit of a washout there on the exit, but he is right there with Camden Murphy as we come around the final turn. Camden clips the car. It is Colt Stephens in ThunderROARus to the line, taking the win here in round 1. He is on to round 2 tonight. We'll see how he does throughout the rest of the night. Tonight could be the night. Same could be said for every truck and driver duo in this field. Got some heavy hitters. Someone who surprised us last show, just like she did in Season 1, Creten and Scarlet, Bandit She's going to be on your left for this one as she takes on Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. And yes, that is the World Finals 24 concept version of MJ Solario's El Toro Loco. That awesome yellow body, bringing it back for 2025. That thing looks awesome. Again, this is the concept version. We recorded this and ran the truck before the World Finals, so this isn't 100% accurate to Salt Lake City, but nonetheless, we are going green. Who's going to take it here in round one? Could Creten lock down another semifinal spot, potentially grabbing her first racing championship of the season? Nice leap there from Creten as she comes back over the line. She's out wide through that final turn. Armando Castro with the lead, and he is going to hold it over the line. Armando Castro on to round two. Scarlet Bandit, Creten. We'll see her in her preferred competition, freestyle, in just a little bit. Definitely going to be interested to see what everyone brings out on this track. Classic 2014 style track. It is awesome. A lot of curveballs out here on the track for freestyle. Dawson Rayas in Shake Me coming out on your right. A two-time Dubby racing champion this season. He's going to be facing off against Zane Rettew in Master of Disaster, our racing runner-up 1 week ago in Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is definitely going to be an interesting race for sure. Dawson, always a threat when it comes to either competition. He's in the same boat as Matthew Hood, really, in Bulldozer, and he has the experience as well, being here all season as a main field competitor last season. This is show 2 in the debut of Master of Disaster on this channel. So we'll see how he does here tonight. He's keeping up with Dawson very well and gets pointed right into this final turn. Is he going to take it here to the line? It's very, very close. Wow. Talk about a photo finish. We're going to need the call on that one after it gets reviewed. And it is going to be Dawson Rayas in Shake Me with the official call there. That was an insanely close race over the line. And throughout the entire thing, from start to finish, they were neck and neck. Dawson Rayas coming out on the better end of the stick this time. Speaking of debuts, look at this. Trevor Goldberg bringing out the classic Maximum Destruction body for that Max D truck, and he's going to be facing off against Stephen Hill in Amsoil Shock Therapy to kick off his night of racing competition here. Stephen Hill bringing back the Amsoil Shock Therapy truck once again, this time looking for a shot back on the tryouts tour next week. We'll see if he can lock down a top 8 spot tonight as we go green. To our first turn, Trevor Goldberg out wide, but he has a nice clean shot at that finishing jump, and he does take the lead in the air there. You know these Max D trucks are famous for that slingshot method that Tom Mintz famously pioneered. Wow, look at this as Trevor goes over. Another photo finish, but the call is Trevor Goldberg in Max D. What a race between Stephen Hill and Trevor Goldberg there. Stephen gonna go down here in round 1 tonight as Trevor Goldberg literally goes down after the finish there. Medusa coming out on your right in Medusa, taking on Josh Tonkin, one-time Dubby World Racing Champion in Son of a Digger. I say it, I've been saying it for the past few shows. It is not becoming any less true throughout the season so far. It has just not been Josh Tonkin's season. Unfortunately, the Son of a Digger truck seems to be giving him a lot of problems in both racing and freestyle. We'll see if he can tame that here tonight. Facing off against Medusa to get us started into our first turn. We are in lockstep right now as Medusa clips the turning car, slows her down just a little bit. Josh Tonkin a slight lead as we head through our final turn to the line. Josh Tonkin moving on to round 1 tonight. Beautifully done. Let's see if we can keep it up throughout the rest of the racing competition. No one likes to see a past world racing champion or world champion in general struggle like we've seen from Josh Tonkin, especially after the success of last season. But sometimes it's just not your season. As I mentioned a couple times, man, Lupe Souza, Advanced Auto Parts Grinder, coming out on your left. Going to face off against Shane Lake, channel record holder in Gravedigger 35. Still rocking that grandma scheme that we saw him bring out last show here on the Golden Days Tour, at least, in Pontiac, Michigan. We'll see what happens here tonight. Two great racers, one-time racing champion with Lupe Souza here. On your left, we're going green. Who's going to take it? Into our first Chicago-style turn. Shane Lake clipping the turning car. That is not a good sign that early in the race. Can Shane come back to the line? No. Lupe Souza, Advanced Auto Parts grinder, gonna be heading into round 2 tonight. Shane Lake done in round 1. Wow, 2 shows in a row. Last show went down to the Liberator, Trevor Phillips. Tonight to Lupe Souza in Advanced Auto Parts grinder. Here comes a debut once again. Jer, legendary Jer, in the Liberator, taking on Devin Barber in Avenger, bringing out that awesome 2025 Lions scheme. Of course, we can't say Lions. 2025 beep scheme here on your right. This thing looks great, looks even better with the team screen logo on it. I gotta say, man, I like it. A little interesting touch, something to draw the eye to that skull in the front. Both drivers getting staged here. The Liberator versus Avenger. We're going green to close out round 1. Neck and neck over the starting jump and into our first turn. Devin Barber looking smooth out here on the track, but it is Jer with the lead right now. Through that final turn, it is close, but Jer, oh, wow. I think it was Jer, but that was a photo finish once again. Yes, Jer in the Liberator, moving on to round 2. Wow. If you're enjoying tonight's racing competition, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know with a comment down below. Check us out on Instagram for extra content, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, and more. And of course, check us out on rorsrps.com for our Season 3 trading cards. If you sign up and get named as a driver, you have cards, at least one, with your name on it. Bulldozer is going to kick off round 2, taking on ThunderROARus. El Toro Loco will face off against Shake Me. Max D is going to take on Son of a Digger. And at the bottom of the bracket, it's Advanced Auto Parts Grinder taking on the Liberator here tonight in Detroit. Ford Field getting a show so far. Is an awesome first round out here on the track. Matthew Hood coming out on your right, going to face off against Colt Stephens in ThunderROARus. Based on that first round that we just saw, this is set to be a really solid race. Colt Stephens looked very fast, even with a potential slight mistake that he had in round 1. Matthew Hood and Bulldozer always keeping it consistent out on the track. We're going green here, though. Who's going to take it to the line to kick off the second round of racing around our first turn? Colt Stephens with a big slide. Does not matter. He holds the lead heading into this final turn. Can he hold it once more? Matthew Hood coming to the line. Wow. We are having so many photo finishes. This is insane. Matthew Hood in Bulldozer does get the official call. That is who I was leaning towards in terms of calling that myself, but it was just too close. I didn't want to say or jinx it before we got the official call after review. Matthew Hood and Bulldozer on to the semifinals. And once again, we'll see if his twin, Armando Castro El Toro Loco, can come out and do the same thing, or if Dawson Rayas and Shake Me can make it stick, get one step closer to his 3rd Dubby Racing Championship of the season, this time coming from Detroit, Michigan. Ford Field on their feet for this one. We're staged and we're green. Neck and neck around this first turn. Beautiful turns from both of these drivers. Dawson really chucking that truck in, and it might have worked for him. I believe so. But another photo finish. Yes, Dawson Rayas in Shake Me on to the semifinals tonight. Armando not making it happen. He's a pretty regular competitor in the semifinals, so that's a little bit of a surprise here tonight at Ford Field. But Trevor Goldberg, Max D coming out next. He's going to be on your right, facing off against Josh Tonkin, Son of a Digger. At RORSRPS World Finals 2, Josh Tonkin took on Team Mints. A Mints, Max D, Willman, Mint style chassis, front engine, however you want to put it. He took on this exact setup basically. We'll see if he can knock him out once again, or if it will be Max D, Maximum Destruction, taking it to the line tonight. Josh Tonkin with the lead early on. Can he hold it? A big bobble entering that final turn. Oh my goodness, another photo finish. And Trevor Goldberg and Max D is the official call. Josh Tonkin, unfortunately down here in round 2. I believe Trevor Goldberg just had a little more angle coming over the jump and got that corner tire, that front right corner, over the line before Josh Tonkin. Lupe Souza, Advanced Auto Parts Grinder, closing out round 2, taking on Jer in the Liberator. This is definitely going to be an interesting one. Both of these trucks coming from the tryouts tour, both of these trucks from last show in Atlanta Motor Speedway. Both of these trucks having multiple shows throughout the season so far. Lupe Souza, of course, on his 3rd now. The Liberator, I believe, what is this, 4th, 5th now? Wow. Jer clipping that turning car around that first turn. Manages to get it over the line nice and clean. Is Advanced Auto Parts Grinder going to take it? Yes, Lupe Souza. Advanced Auto Parts Grinder takes it to the line as he ends up in the staircase there. They do shut him off. Jer down here in round 2. We'll see who makes it on here in the semifinals. This is definitely a stacked lineup here. A lot of throwback names for Tom Mintz. Bulldozer, Shake Me, kicking off the semis, and then it's Max D facing off against Advanced Auto Parts Grinder. 2 of these 4 trucks will see this Dubby final round here in Detroit tonight. Only one will be our Dubby Racing champion. Will it be Matthew Hood in Bulldozer? Once again, show 4 racing championships if he can pull them off. Or will it be Dawson Rayas in Shake Me? This will be his 3rd Dubby Racing Championship of the season as we go green to kick off the semifinals. This is going to be interesting. Beautiful turn from Matthew Hood. Dawson a little out of sorts there, but he does keep up with Matthew Hood relatively well. Matthew Hood having a brake check there on the exit. It is Dawson Rayas in Shake Me over the finish line here tonight in Detroit, Michigan. We will see when we get to the Dubby final round if he can make it stick tonight once again. But making it into the Dubby final round, will it be Trevor Goldberg in Max D or Lupe Souza in Advanced Auto Parts Grinder? I believe Lupe Souza, with 1 racing championship from season 1 in Glendale, Arizona, has a shot here. Trevor Goldberg has never taken a racing championship on the channel. We'll see if that starts tonight as we head into our first turn. Beautifully done from both of these drivers. It is Trevor Goldberg with the lead as Lupe Souza hikes the truck up on the 2 wheels there for a split second. To the line, it is Trevor Goldberg in Max D. Shake Me versus Max D in the Dubby final round tonight. What a face-off. Talk about throwbacks for Tom Mintz. Shake Me taking on Max D. Dawson Rayas versus Trevor Goldberg. Your Dubby final round is here, and as always, it is powered, fueled by Dubby Energy, the best energy powders on the market right now. Personal opinion thrown right in there, man. They're absolutely delicious. My flavor of the day is Japanese soda. I put it into my fruit smoothie. It actually wasn't bad. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it really wasn't bad. You can check him out at dubby.gg on the internet or on social media. Get 10% off your purchase using code RORSRPS at checkout. They have no sugar, no artificial dyes, no fillers, no carbs, nothing, just pure deliciousness. And if you want no caffeine, they have hydration blends as well with electrolytes. So just check them out. Get a flavor you think is interesting. Try it. Let me know if you like it. And use our promo code to get 10% off your purchase. Trevor Goldberg, Max D on your left. Dawson Rayas in Shake Me on your right. Who's taking it tonight? A first-timer or number 3 for Dawson this season? We're green and heading into our first turn. Wow, a great race already. Trevor Goldberg with a slight lead right now. He slides in the final turn. That is it. Dawson Rayas. Oh my goodness. I believe that was Dawson. Yes, it was Dawson Rayas in Shake Me. Again, the slingshot maneuver from the Max D trucks. I thought it was official. I thought it was called. Trevor manages to come back just enough to create a photo finish once more, but it is Dawson Rayas in Shake Me getting across the line first with the official call, and he is hype. Number 3 for Dawson this season. He's looking to take that tour lead, that channel lead in season points as he gets up on top of that bus stack and parks it. That is going to do it. Stick around, guys. After the video is over, if you're in the live chat, you will automatically be redirected. If you're not and you're just watching this as a regular video, click on the end card. It'll take you straight to tonight's freestyle competition. One last look at Dawson Rayas in Shake Me. Let's take a look at the points updated after the racing competition. Bulldozer with 142, Max D 119, Shake Me 102, and Gravedigger with 99. El Toro Loco 73, Avenger 68, Son of a Digger with 67, and ThunderROARus with 64. Still locked up in the 60s there. Classroom Crusher 53, Liberator 35, Medusa with 30, and Advanced Auto Parts Grinder with 17. In our final 4, bottom 4 right now, Amsoil Shock Therapy with 12, Master of Disaster 11, Scarlet Bandit with 10, and Excaliber with 9, leading the charge in freestyle. So Excaliber will be coming out first in the freestyle competition. If you enjoyed tonight's racing competition, we have new shows every Saturday, so be sure to hit that like button to let me know you liked it, subscribe to stick around, and of course leave a comment down below to let me know for sure what you liked about tonight's show. Also hit us up on Instagram at RORSRPS. We have all kinds of extra content over there, including early access to the week's racing bracket, pit party pictures, and more. Check us out on RORSRPS.com for our season 3 trading cards. You get 25% off your purchase when you purchase 4 packs or more. Dubby Energy, clean jitterless energy, the channel partner when it comes to energy. Throughout the day, they power everything here at RORSRPS, not monetarily, but a cup in the morning gets me through every hour of editing, recording, commentary, graphic design. Everything that has to do with the channel is all fueled by Dubby Energy. You can get 10% off your purchase with Dubby Energy using code RORSRPS at checkout. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the racing portion of tonight's episode. Stick around. Freestyle at Ford Field coming up in just a second.